and adding them one by one. And yeah, so where we go from here? I'm gonna start with deeper symbols. As the collection grows, you will start to see recurring elements showing up, symbols that tell deeper stories. For example, the ego in the other painting you saw last week, you will notice the ego soaring in some of the upcoming paintings. For me, the ego stands for vision, clarity, and inner strength. It seems from above. It reminds us to look beyond the moment. That is very important. Sometimes you get lost in the moment and you forget to look beyond that moment, that painful experience. So look always beyond the moment. To trust the process, even when things feel uncertain. Remember, life is full of uncertainties. The ego asks basically to believe there is something bigger happening, even if we don't yet understand it. That's powerful, especially for those of us who face loss, change, or adversity. It's basically meaning to rise above the fog and see the full sky again. And when you look at the coconut tree is basically a symbol. It means a lot to me because it represents resilience, endurance, and being grounded. Being grounded is important, especially when we're going through adversity. That is important. We have to keep our head up and strong. Think about it. Coconut tree grows in places where the environment can be really tough. Salty air, strong winds, shifting sands, and yet they thrive. They stay rooted, bend with the storm, and still reach toward the sky. You see how in the happiness that you feel when you see a coconut tree is unbelievable. I see myself in that. Maybe you do too. I hope that's the case. That no matter what you've been through, you are still here. You're still growing, it's still reaching, and it's still beautiful. It is a process. In the coconut tree painting, as you remember, I also added a element. It was the recycle piece that I put in there, and I discussed it also in my last live stream. One of the most personal touches I added in there, because every painting in this collection includes at least something that is very emotional. In that one, I added the recycled material. In the one that I was talking last week, I went over how the recycled material was a very symbolic part in that painting because it represents something from the past, giving new meaning. And why? I believe in reclaiming, I believe is basically reclaiming our stories, taking what we live through, joy or pain, and turning into art, beauty, and purpose. The most important thing, turning into purpose. What did I learn from that bad experience? How I can use that for future for something good. We don't have to throw away the entire past. We use those parts that we can recycle, and we can heal, and we can transform using all the experiences that we have under our belt. So every recycled piece becomes a part of the painting. And there are also emotional layers behind that collection. As a visual artist and as a mental health advocate, this is my hard work. I create to make something meaningful. I use color, I use symbol, I use texture to talk about the things that are often hard to say. Grief, change, growth, freedom, joy. This collection carries all of that. And going back to coming summer, is the heartbeat of the season, joyful, bold, radiant, and free. But also, and I think most importantly, reflective, soft, honest. Each piece that follows builds on this energy, but goes deeper. The colors will evolve, the symbols will take shape, and the story will grow, just like we do in real life. If you think about it, we do. So if any of these pieces speak to you, I would love for you to explore the collection. If one calls you, you can purchase right there, or you can even send me an email directly. I will be also sharing some behind the scenes and creating updates, progress videos, and definitely I will continue making live stream. Like I mentioned it before, live stream for me is connecting with the viewers, is having that experience that otherwise we will not get it. So for me, like, it's being part of this whole journey that I'm living along with each one of you in here, supporting my work. And I show how these paintings come together in real time. Although it's really hard when you're doing live streaming to start painting and at the same time talking. But because sometimes I get distracted, and especially when you're talking something that to me matters a lot, I want to just give you my full attention, talking and talking and talking. So, but I do my best to kind of go over, what the intention of the live stream is: engaging, sharing, talking. So if you want to see the process, make sure to subscribe, because like I said, I will continue adding updates. And if you're watching this as part of a live event or video, feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear the story too. Art, after all, is about conversation and reflecting. I want to leave you with this. It is a permission slip to claim joy, to reconnect with your life, to begin again. Whether you see yourself in the eagle flying, the coconut tree grounded and growing, and the recycled beauty of your past, this collection is a mirror of all of that. It reflects where we've been, where we are going, and the possibilities of what we can still create in our journey. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to continue sharing my work, engaging with all of you. Thank you for watching, listening, and thank you for allowing me and my art to be part of your journey. And again, to subscribe, and thank you for all the support. My website is listed in the bio, so you can find my website. Also, if you go to www.patriciahoustonpaintings.com, you can find all my paintings there. And again, thank you for the support that I'm receiving from each one of you. Thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your day.